welcome. It is Thursday the 7th of November 2024. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Jenny McCormac. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, and that's in Northamptonshire, and that's here in the UK. So thank you for joining me this evening. Our stamp set of the week is called Snowy Wonder, and that was what I used on Monday to create these cards here. So we've been doing this at Coffee and Card. So this is just a simple base white card with a coloured layer and then another layer on top that has been stamped with the Falling Snow stamp set. You can hardly see it on here. It's a very fine snow design stamp. You could also use it for stars, as it's not sort of pure snowflakes, so that would be a great one to use embossed, for example. Hopefully if I hold this one up you can see the snow background on that one. This is in blue and then this one is in smoky slate. So what we had for Coffee and Card was this lovely tag shape. This comes from, it's on the tip of my tongue, Merriest Trees. It's a stamp set and dies that we had last Christmas, and it has layered trees. Well, that's got carried over, and in there is this lovely tag shape with stitching around the edges. Hi Jill, and hi Caroline. Jill, I hope you're making some progress even though it's slow. Poor Jill's just moved into a new house and unpacking everything, no doubt, as she's watching, or maybe she's taking a breather. So the stamp set, Snowy Wonder, has some fun characters. So we have this penguin, we've got presents, we've got trees, we've got snowflakes, we've got this lovely Season's Greetings stamp set, as well as Let It Snow and Happy New Year. We also have a snowman, and that's obviously got the snowflakes on it. We've got the snowman's hat, and we've also got this little chalet, we've got holly leaves, different trees as well, and 3 different sentiments. So all we've done for Coffee and Card, which we'll be doing tomorrow in Brackley, is to stamp onto the tag and layer that up. Now, in the set, we also have some lovely papers, which I did show briefly, oops, let me knock my light out, on Monday, but we have these lovely papers, and this set of stamps, dies and papers will feature, oh bless you, will feature in our class in a box for November. So obviously very Christmassy. Hi Carol, thanks for joining us, and Jill is cooking dinner, so that's very impressive. So we have these lovely little snow globes, and then we have these little scenes with the small houses. They're great fun. Probably one of my favourites, as I think I said before, was the holly and the berries. And then we have little penguins, the snowmen, and then we have these larger snow globes, and there is a die that cuts out this element here. There's a die that cuts out the circle of the circular snow globe here with the base, and there's one that cuts the base out as well, which is this one here. To be fair, the base is quite easy to cut out, and you could cut round these. You don't, I mean, the dies make life so much quicker, but especially for our class in a box, you don't have to have the die. So let me give you a sneak peek as to some of the projects. These may change because what I do is a whole load of projects and then I select from those. So let me just show you quickly what will be in our class in a box for November. So we've got a side step card which steps up like that, and it uses, well, you can use whichever scene you want here. You could just have the houses, for example, and then I've just fussy cut the penguins and the trees and layer those up, and then this is lovely pom-pom ribbon that goes with it. We've got this one here with, I've applied the swirly embossing folder, used one of those scenes and just cut out from that piece of pool party. And then this one is a sort of pretend shaker card. It's got no bits in it, but I have added this piece of window sheet or acetate to make it look a little bit more interesting. There we go. And then here is a shaker card. So this again uses one of those panels, and this will be pre-cut out, complete with the hole, and then the you just get to choose which panel you want behind that. So you can choose from any on this sheet. So you have this one, that one, the tree, all of the trees and the snowman, and whatever else I've cut out from there, probably that one and that one. So those are some of the projects that will be in our November class, which will be released probably tomorrow. So I had an idea, and I'm just going to see whether it works really. Another variation on those. So I've got a Poppy Parade card. That's the red of the red here, in this case of the snowman or snow girl it could be. So what I'm thinking of doing, this is my thought process, is to cut through there the front of the card. Let me open this up. So I leave an aperture there, and then I have this piece in the same position behind it. So when you open it up, you have the snow globe there, and then cut out the this piece of the snow globe and have it on the front. And I happen to have a spare piece here from one of the others, and that could be inside. Now I might not choose that particular colour because it's orange, but so the front of the snow globe is on there and on there. And to extend that, what I might do is add this sheet and cut two together and put a piece of acetate between the two, so that you've got the effect of a snow globe, if you like. So I think that's what I'm going to try and do. Try being the operative word. So let's start with the front of our card. So this is a standard card, 21 centimeters by 14.85, and I'm going to position this on here, and I'm going to put some glue behind it because I'm going to cut out the aperture. Okay, and I'm not worried that those two layers are going to be glued together. You could just use temporary glue if you wished. I'm hoping that to the right of me I've got some glue on the tape. So that's the front. Only need a little bit. And this piece measures 10 by 14.35. Now I've chosen to have the same colour, but you could easily switch colours and have that as a different panel on the top. And then what I'm going to do is pop this on, and I'm going to have this fairly high because I'm going to have my little piece here, and then I want a panel. Now I was going to choose this, but that's obviously way too big. So I might either stamp on here or stamp on a small strip of paper, or card rather. So let's put this on here where we want it, and then we'll run it through our die cutting machine. I'm just going to put a little bit of, I've got some washi tape here with Stampin' Up on it. Just going to put a little bit on there. Just going to put it on my clothes so it's not quite as sticky. Hopefully that's fairly straight. I'm going to have more of it in the middle because that's the bit I'm not going to use directly. Okay, so I'm just going to run that through my die cutting machine. If I can get to it. I do have a sleeping dog between me and my machine, so bear with me. So I've cut through, hopefully, the 2 layers here, this one and this one. Just lift that tape off carefully. So you could definitely change colour if you wanted to and have that a different colour panel. I'm going to see what it looks like as the same colour. Take those pieces off. Hello Lynn, hello Brenda. Thank you both for joining us. Okay, so I've got these 2 pieces here, and what I'm going to do is put the acetate between the 2. Now I probably need to trim this down because this measures about 10 centimeters. So I want the effect of my snow globe, but without having the depth of the snow globe, so that my panel here is going to go behind. So when you open it up, that's the effect that you get with the base on. So let's attach this. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think I might stamp on this piece or put this through an embossing folder. So maybe if I have one of the embossing folders to hand, I will do that, but you could equally stamp over here. If I've got the snowfall one, that would be perfect, wouldn't it? Which means I probably haven't, because it will be in the other room. Let's see what I've got that I could use. I've got timber, I've got bricks and stuff like that. Right, that will do. But it would be nice with the snow, which is what I used on one of those, but just to save time, I won't go and find it. I'm just going to put this through. So I'm looking for the right layers of embossing. There they are. There we go. So I've used the exposed brick embossing folder just to give it a little bit of interest on there. I don't know whether you can see that or not. Hopefully see a little bit of that detail. The natural brick one would also work. So what I'm going to do is turn that over, and I'm going to attach this to the back of that front panel. rather than put it on here and then find it's sticking out. So I do need to trim that down a little bit. This piece that I've cut, I know measures 10 centimetres. So I'm going to make this 9.5. There we go. And that's going to go onto there perfectly. Okay. Right, this is the back. So what I'm going to do is just put some tape across here using my seal, some across the top. It's going to be sandwiched anyway, so I don't have to worry too much, and this is very similar to how you'd make the shaker card anyway. Oh, let's take the cat hair out of it. Okay, so that's in there as my window sheet, like that. And then this is going to go on the front, and I know it will line up because I cut those two layers together. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is position this on the inside of my card. And what I haven't decided is whether I'm going to put a white piece in here and my, yes, I think I am, and my snow person. Obviously that will be lined up properly. Yeah, I think that's better. And then you've got somewhere to write your sentiment. So let's put the white piece in next. So this is 9.5 by 13.85, so it's 1 centimetre smaller than the base card piece, and so there's 0.5 centimetre along each edge. Okay, so to help my alignment, I'm going to find a pencil and just draw Is that coming out? Just find a pencil with a little bit more lead showing. So just going to draw around here. You don't have to do the whole thing, you could just do panels of it, but I'm going to draw the whole thing just to make it easier, hopefully, for you to see. So there's the slot, if you can see it in pencil, where my piece here is going to go. So I pre-cut this with the die here. Now if you haven't got this set of dies, what you can do is find a circle die that is close to that. Let me tell you what that measures. Of course the widest part is 8.5 centimetres. So if you have a circle punch or die that's that sort of size, it could be a little bit smaller, you could potentially use that in its place. Obviously you won't get this nice area here. So I've got my positioning of that, and so what I'm going to do is place that on there, and then I'm going to add one of these on the inside and one of these on the outside. And just to show you that you can just cut them, you don't need the dies. Obviously the dies are fun because they cut out the snowman on the trees and the penguin, but I'm just going to cut this manually to show you. Get that piece out. You could also use the die to cut out a silver panel or a gold panel or a different coloured panel, which is what I did on one of these, this one here. I cut it out in our silver glimmer paper. Hi Trudy! And added that on there. Okay. So this one is going to go on, I wonder if I might do that the other way around. With that one there and that one on the inside. I certainly like that. I'm not sure about this. I'm not keen on orange and red together. So let me see if I've got anything else that I could use from here. I might have got some other ones. Oh, there's a pinky one. That would be better than the orange, but all of these are interchangeable from all of the different ones here. Look at him, penguin. Or you could use the die and cut something else. So if I had some, we used to have some white glimmer. I bet I haven't got any of that left. I don't think it's current. I've got a little panel of gold. See what else I've got. Of course, you can't find it when you're looking for it, can you? When you're online. What is this? I've got some white wood textured paper. I think that would work. So it's white with a wood grain. Let's try that. So I'm just going to cut, let me just work out which way I want my wood grain to go, crossways like that. So I'm just going to cut a small piece. Just to see if I prefer it to the other colours. There we go. Yeah, that works a little bit better, doesn't it? What do you think? That's definitely lost. That works in there. So let's put those two layers together. So I've penciled in my aperture piece here. So now I'm going to stick this layer on there. And obviously, because I use the die, I know that it's going to fit in that window. And the guideline of the pencil line is just to help me position it. Hi Cindy, good morning to you. How lovely to have you join us. I hope you're keeping well. So there is our cute little snow person cut out in the same shape, and I think I've covered it up perfectly, so I don't need to rub out my lines. There's a tiny line there. I did find my rubber. Okay, and so I've got this piece that's going to go onto there. So I'm just going to keep this flat because it is underneath that layer and I don't want it to bulk up outside of that. There we go. And then I've got to decide what I'm going to put on the front. That sort of works. Maybe if I put some Wink of Stella on so it's glittery. And then I forgot this layer is going to go on. So this is the layer that I've cut the same aperture out. I popped it through an embossing folder and that is going to go on there like that. So I've got that opening up with my little snow globe inside. And then, yeah, so that feels better because this is textured. I don't feel it's quite as plain as it was. So, glue on the back of here. Just going to use my seal. There's no weight involved in this, so you don't have to go mad. Just make sure you keep your glue away from the acetate piece. So this will go on with a layer, or a border all the way around, like so. And actually having it the same colour means that if it's not quite accurate, it's well hidden. And then this piece is going to go on the top for my snow globe base, unless you can think of a better colour. So we've got the red one on the inside. I don't like the orange one. I did find a pink one, didn't I? Or I quite like this blue one. Maybe I'll just cut that with the dies. So I'm just cutting out the whole piece, and yeah, no, I like the blue. So I'm going to, if I can find the die that I had in my hand a second ago to cut the white piece out. There it is. I'm just going to pop that on there. Oh, the dog's moved. Sorry, Chino. Extended herself over the edge of the bed. There we are. Okay. So what I do like about this is when it cuts it out, there's a very small margin all the way around. So it means that you don't, apart from the fact I cut that slightly out of position, you don't get too much white space around. Okay. So there we go, that's much better. I'm happier with that, with the colour choice. And I'm going to, again, put that on flat. And then just add a sentiment. we are. Okay, there's that one there. That's it. Okay, so there's our base card. All I'm going to do now is add a sentiment. So you've got space down here for your message, or you could put it on the back. And this is definitely way too heavy. So I think I'm going to use this lovely Season's Greetings across here. I've got enough cut of white. Here are Season's Greetings. So I could either stamp it in, I'd pick up one of these colours. So Pool Party, Poppy Parade, or Espresso, which I think is what the stick arms are. So I've got Poppy Parade here. So I do look forward to this class in a box as well. It'll be really good fun. Let's do a whole stack of Christmas cards using all of these images. So you get on your sheet, you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 full snow globes that you can use. Right. Okay, so you can interchange these, and the other thing you can do is where you've got half pieces, for example, that's come out of a full one, but you could if you had half a house, which I have on another one, you could just chop that up and add it on to here to get a 3D effect, like so. And also on the card that was designed with this one, so that uses the snow globe piece without the base, that's probably the orange one, but on here, instead of having these characters, you could have a little village with all of the little houses and the trees behind on our little side stepper card. Or you could 3D those up in our shaker card, so you could have those layered up if you wanted to. These snowflakes are I thought they were just like sequins, but they're really substantial. So they're almost like a plastic, I want to say. I don't know what they're made of, acrylic probably, but you could actually stick these on. See how they stand out? If you had enough time, you can actually stick those on individually, so they're much chunkier than I thought. So you'll get these in the class in a box. I might actually do that, add a few on. Let's finish this one off first anyway. Okay, I'm just going to trim this down. I might make it into a little banner. So I hope everybody is keeping well and you're looking forward. For us here it's Thursday evening, so I hope you're looking forward to the weekends. Not quite there, but we're nearly there. I have got one of the new kits arriving, all being well, tomorrow. A new watercolour kit which looks fabulous. So if it does arrive, I will hop on with that and show you tomorrow evening. So I don't normally keep these quite large. I'm going to just angle it, I think. Oh, that was a bit close, wasn't it? And if you want to get the other one at the same angle, just use your off-cut piece and use that as a guideline. You could draw it and then cut it if you wanted to. if you want it to go the other way. Oh, yes, the same applies. Keep it flat on there and then draw your line. I'm going to have this one go the same way, like so. So I'm just going to put that in, use that as my guide, like so. And then you know that that's even Stevens. Okay. Right, so I'm going to pop that up. The thing I haven't used is this lovely pom-pom ribbon, but I don't think I need to because I've got quite a lot going on here as it is. You could use just a knot of ribbon. I have used it on one of the cards to go across the base. So you could use a little knot here at the top. That's quite cute. What do you think, with or without? I'll leave that there while I'm putting this up. I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. Did I do a watercolour video recently? Cindy, that is a very good question, and the honest answer is I can't remember. I'm trying to think. Usually the videos relate to what I've done at Coffee and Card, so I can't think of one, but I might well have done. In the bottom. Without, says Jill. Yes, I don't think it needs it, but I am going to put some of those cute little snowflakes on. I've decided. Right, so this is Season's Greetings. That's stamped in Poppy Parade, the same as the card base. And let's just have a go with these. Now, somewhere I have got a tub of a fine tip glue. I've got an open one somewhere, but you might not have seen this before. This is perfect for very fine applications. If you've got little die cuts with very fine pieces on them, then this is a great asset to have. I usually keep them in stock. If you see me on a regular basis, just ask me to bring some. And it has a very fine point, and it has a little pin in the lid. You can see that little pin on there. Just tiny. So what you need to do is make sure that when you close it back up, you put the pin back in. And the way that I do that is I put my finger behind the top and then use that to guide the pin back in, and then you want to screw it nice and tight. Okay, you don't need to shake this one, so just undo that. And then I'm just going to literally drop a drop of glue. Now I'm just wondering if it's sealed, which it is. So if you have a brand new one, make sure you take the seal off. I've got a big bubble there now because I've just shaken it a bit. Okay. This will last you a long time. Okay, let's try that again. Let me just try on an off cut. Perfect. You will, Cindy, and you'll have to let me know. You could do a search on watercolour, I suppose. Right, I'm going to take my glasses off to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to add literally a fine drop of glue, and there's no point me showing you because you won't be able to see it. And let's just add some of these little snowflakes. They are the cutest little things going. There's one. Perfect for shaker cards because they've got a little bit of sort of weight about them. And let's add one here. Because I've got a textured background, I'm putting these in some of the clearer areas so it's not sitting on a piece of embossing, if that makes any sense. Let's see, there's another one down here. Let's put one here. So this is a permanent glue. It does take a little while for it to dry, and it dries hard, whereas our green glue dries tacky. So if you want to create like a glass effect or teardrops or dewdrops on a flower, for example, you can use this to cover an area, let it dry. Does take probably a good few hours if you've added a lot, but then you'll get a glossy sheen to it. Let's put one up here. So, and I know no two snowflakes are supposed to be the same, but some of these are. And I could put a few on there. Oh no, I don't want to put them on there because it will be behind my window sheet and it could damage the window sheet in transit. So I'm literally just applying the tiniest drop of glue, and maybe I'll put one on here. So if you haven't seen this glue, it's called Fine Tip Glue. It's in the annual catalogue under the adhesive section. Now I feel I want to put more on there. I might do. This could be a mistake trying to do these level. 1, 2, 3. Like that. So what you want to do is just let it drop onto the glue. Try not to push it around too much. And then make sure that you put your lid back on that pretty quickly. So let's do that. I can't think what I've done in watercolour recently. Sorry, Cindy. Right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. I might add a 1 or 2 more after. So put your finger behind the tip of the glue dispenser, drop the pin into it. Okay, that's the key thing. So this is what it's called, Fine Tip Glue Pen. And it says sharp objects supervise small children, because obviously that pin is quite sharp. Okay, and there we go. What do we think? So there's our front. I'm doing it delicately because I don't want those to slip. And then there's our inside, and you could have your sentiment there. You could also write on this part here. So there's that. I want to put another one in there. And we're done. So you could use any scene behind these. So the dies are great for making little snow globes, obviously great for shaker cards, which is what we'll be doing in class. You need good eyesight to put this back. And you don't want to leave it open for too long when you're not using it. So I've done it perfectly twice, and now I can't do it again. There we go, got it. You feel it when it goes in properly. Okay, I'm just going to put one more little snowflake on there and we're done. A little one. So there are different sizes. That's a big one. Yeah, they're like acrylics, you know, that's the only way I can describe them really. So tell you. They're made of. Choking hazard, obviously. No, it doesn't say. I'll look on the website, it might tell me what they're actually made of. There's some sort of plastic or acrylic. Okay, so I hope you like our card. Thank you, Caroline. Hello, Vivian. So this might make it actually onto my list for card class for November as well. I'll decide. These are the ones for coffee and card. And if anybody missed earlier, these are ones that are on the table for class in a box. What I tend to do is make half a dozen, sometimes a few more, and then I narrow down the ones that I really like, and I also work out logistically which ones can be recreated for class in a box. So we've got a shaker card here with that one with the snow embossing folder. If you can see that. We've got a side stepper card, and I've just fussy cut the penguins in the tree out of that one and added the ribbon across the bottom. And then we've got a bit similar to this but without the full aperture, and then we've got another one. So these two are similar, so they would count as one design. Because the basic is the same. This one's been stamped and this one's got the embossing folder used through it. And there we go. And I think I'm going to add that one in, so I'll come up with one or two more and then narrow those down. So thank you so much for joining me. The stamp set that we've used is Snowy Wonder, and that is £19. And the there's a snowfall embossing folder, and there's Falling Snow, which is the stamp set I used on here, and that is also £19. So lots of different options, and obviously the Snowy Wonder stamps have matching dies that cut out all of the elements from the stamp set, plus it cuts out the elements from the papers as well. So the snowmen, the penguins, the little house, for example, the snowman, oh I said that, and various snowflakes and bits and pieces. Right, okay, Linda Bellinger. Right, I'm gonna have to look her up now, Cindy. Thank you for that. I'll see what she's been up to, but all being well, if my kit does arrive tomorrow, I will take it to Coffee and Card for people to see next week, and I will try and hop on. I have got a leadership event this weekend that Stampin' Up are running, so it just depends on which sessions of those I watch tomorrow, but I will definitely get that kit sorted and shown to you. So thank you so much. I'm waffling now. Time for some dinner. The dogs have been walked, so dinner and a little bit of relaxation. Nice to catch up with you. Thank you everyone, and I look forward to crafting with you again really soon. Bye for now.